morning, guys. So, well, whenever you're watching this, it's morning for me. It's really early. I got up and I actually got up at like 4:30 with Paul because I had to help him like get cleaned up because it's like a two-man job to like do the shower in the camper. So I went back to sleep for like an hour and I got back up and I got a fire going because everybody's hungry, so I'm gonna make some eggs. And I actually got some eggs from our neighbors, Paul's buddy. So we're gonna have some eggs for breakfast, and then I also have to do some laundry, so I have the fire going for that, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do the laundry. But I just wanna show you what I did. So last night we made like a little fire pit to cook. We made tacos, and it turned out really good. But the thing is it's really windy up here on the mountain, and last night it wasn't so windy, but this morning when I had the fire going, the wind kept kind of blowing it out. So I had to be a little genius with this. Once again, my ingenuity. I'm gonna show you what I did to our fire pit to keep the wind from blowing the fire out. Okay, so basically on 3 of the sides, I stacked up rock, because that kind of makes a barrier between the wind and the fire. And then I left the front open so that I could get in there and put coals in. And as you can see, it's still red in there, so the fire's still going. I got my little cast iron I'm gonna do the eggs in. We actually bought this grill off of Amazon. It was less than $20. Now I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger. It's literally like maybe, I don't know, a little bigger than a square foot. The picture on Amazon made it look like it was maybe 2 or 3 feet long and maybe like a foot wide. But anyways, it'll do. So I stacked up all these rocks all the way around to kind of make the barrier between the wind and my fire. But it's working out because this is, as you can see, it's still red in the coals, and it's really warm on top, so it worked out perfect. The reason I don't have wood in there, we're using coals, charcoal, because we have to gather some wood. We really haven't been able to get out on the property and kind of search for any like trees. We have plenty of trees, but cut anything down because we have to make a path. Like, we have to get our stuff bush hogged, which should happen today, I think. So probably this weekend when Paul's not working, we're kind of gonna venture out, not too far. We're gonna wait for everything to die off this winter to ease into it, because I mean it's pretty thick through here. So right now I'm using some coals. This is just a temporary solution because it will get expensive, so hopefully we'll be chopping some wood down, or can even buy like a truckload of some wood. So, but got it going. Gonna cook my eggs on here, and then I'm gonna this right here. Now I have a propane burner that I used last night to do laundry, but I want to kind of conserve as much propane as I can. It's not really expensive to fill up a 20-pound tank. It's like $10 if it's not a new propane tank, like if you're not switching it out. So that's not too expensive, but I don't want to use the propane burner unless I have to. So I'm going to stick that on here. I have to get that really hot to get my water really hot, but I'm going to show you guys how I do laundry. It's pretty cool. Fresh pooped out chicken eggs from our neighbor. This one's huge compared to the rest of them, so I'm really excited. I think I have like 3 left that I'm going to save for, I don't know, like to make dinner or something with, but I'm going to eat these this morning, and then I'm actually going to make a composting pile, so I'm going to put all my like scrap stuff in there to kind of cut down on like the leftover food. For one, I don't make a whole bunch, just enough that we can eat, and if we don't get filled up, we have other stuff we can kind of snack on. But 2, like out here, you can't just leave food out because you'll attract things. So anything that we don't eat, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I kind of just feed the scraps to my dog. And that will help cut down on buying dog food as well. Also, I mean, I can compost, but like I said, I have to be careful. I have to do more research on it because I don't want to attract other animals out to our property or like close up to the camper. But basically anything else that's not like that you can't burn, we basically burn everything else. We have the burn barrel out there that we've been burning trash. So between the dog and burning, we're good. Got my little Pioneer Woman cup and my eggs. And I actually think the first egg I cracked was possibly a fertilized egg. I mean, not like into the great stages, but there's a difference in a fertilized egg and a non-fertilized egg. Like when the egg begins fertilized, you get this little piece of something in there that's not supposed to be in there. But like I said, it wasn't. And I think they just took these out a couple days ago, so. And the yolks in these are way darker than store-bought. It's like crazy. like a richer yellow. So I'm pretty excited, and kind of making a mess. I think I got an eggshell in there. Crap, I got an eggshell. Anyways, we went over to Paul's buddy's property last night, and my kids went crazy over their chickens. Like, I'm pretty sure this next spring we're gonna get chickens, so. And I already know these are not gonna be my, like, perfectly, like, fluffy, delicious eggs that I make, like, in the house. But you know what? It's food, and it'll do, and it'll taste just fine. That's Maui's new girlfriend. It's a Great Pyrenees. That's what I couldn't think what kind of dog it was. They're a Great Pyrenees. They're really good guard dogs. I guess they're playing. She's a good dog, so, and she protects like all this and all their property, so I don't even care if she's over here. She's really good. So okay, now to start my fire for my laundry, because I do it over like the fire pit, the coals are not going to make the fire hot enough to get my water boiling, so I'm literally collecting like whatever scrap wood I can find to help like fuel that fire. This might be a little bit. Okay, finally found enough wood to really get it going, and I went ahead and I built up rock over the top of it to kind of enclose it so that I could have more heat to help boil my water, but I still have the front open. That way I'm not depleting my fire of oxygen, because we all know fire needs oxygen to go. So that's what it looks like. Got some water in there. Okay, so basically I have water that's going to boil that I'm going to make soapy water with and soak my clothes in and wash them. And then I have another bucket that you saw that I fill up. That's how we fill up our little gallon jugs to use to transport back and forth to either, you know, fill up the shower or do dishes with, whatever. But also the 5 gallon bucket is what I use to rinse the clothes off with. So that's kind of my little system I have going on here. And then I make my own laundry soap, which I think in the long run it's cheaper and it smells just as good and it works even better than the stuff you buy at the store. I used to make this laundry soap, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, but I made it liquid form so I could use in my washer, because this stuff, it works better if it's hot water. It just dissolves better. A lot of people said that when they made the powder stuff, they found that it was gritty on their clothes after they had washed and dried it. Okay, so, and I'm gonna have to tweak like how much I put into this, because I think last night when I did it, I probably put way too much in for how much I used. But as far as what I put in it, Fels Naphtha, I think that's how you say it, Naphtha. Fels Naphtha soap. You can buy this at Walmart for 99 cents, and it smells really good. This is really good to get like grease and oil and dirt out of clothes, even poop. I learned that last night. And I grade this up really fine. Now last night I used the big side of the grater and it was bigger chunks, and it took forever for this stuff to like melt down. So I'm gonna use the fine side today. And then I also, just to help it smell a little more pleasantly, I used some of the washer beads. You can get any scent you want. I just like the Snuggle stuff. And then borax, which borax is really good to get stuff super clean. Smells good. So use some of this. And it's really good if you want to keep like ants and stuff out of your house or your camper or whatever. And then I also use OxyClean, because we all know OxyClean is like the best. So helps get your whites white and the stains out of your clothes. So I use that. And you can kind of put whatever you want in it. I think when I made the liquid stuff, I put dish soap in it. But I'm not going to do that for this. So I'm going to get all this mixed up and then we'll put it in. So here's what it looks like when it's all mixed up. And I've already taken my water off the flame because it's hot enough. And I'm just gonna pour it in there, let it dissolve before I put my clothes in. I'm gonna stir it up. I have a dedicated spoon for stirring this up, so I'm just gonna let all that, you know, melt down. Now after I let these clothes soak in this soapy water for about an hour, just to make sure like anything in it, like grease, oil, dirt, can really like get saturated and all this good stuff. And then I have an actual washboard. Now, like yesterday, my son had some poop stains in his underwear because, you know, even though he's pretty much potty trained now, sometimes we shart and have some accidents. So this was really good to help scrub those out. And I'm telling you, when these soak in the soapy water, like, it's coming out. You scrub it, it's coming out. So then I scrub it with that. And then I actually have, okay, this is a washing wand that we purchased on Amazon for, it was less than $20. It was pretty cheap. And basically this works kind of like an agitator in your washing machine. You just kind of move it up and down and kind of twist it around, and it kind of, you know, as an agitator like in a washing machine would. Let me show you. You already know your girl's gonna get swell from doing all this work out here. So that's kind of how to move your clothes around and get them all, you know, mixed up, whatever you want to call it. Then, okay, so if you guys watched my video yesterday, I made the outside shower. When Paul came home, we kind of fixed it a little better, made it more sturdy, because he actually had this screw gun to make it more sturdy. So I have a wringer, an actual wringer, that we attached to the top of my shower wall, I guess you can call it. So basically you put your clothes in here and then you crank this around and it rolls the clothes through. And of course I'm going to show you all when it comes time to do that. And this was pretty cool. I believe we bought this was only like 20 bucks on Amazon. Amazon is my friend. I love Amazon. And it worked really well. We basically, I took my soapy clothes, washed them, and I wrung them through here to get the soapy water off as much as possible. That way when I put it in the clean water, it didn't soap it up. And then I would rinse in the clean water and put it back through, and then we hung it on the line we have. Now last night it got super windy out here, and I guess talking to our neighbors, it does get pretty windy up here on the mountain, like 40-mile-an-hour winds. So I woke up this morning and God, the wind was so bad. Like this right here, our awning, it sounded like a herd of elephants like knocking into the side of our camper. It was ridiculous. I did not sleep well at all last night. But anyways, everything else, like all of our crap we have out here, was completely fine. Even my dishes I had laying out to dry, not moved, but my clothes completely off my clothesline, just blew all over. Luckily it was blown like on the side of the camper and not like out in the open. So, but other than that, like everything worked out really good, and they smell good and they feel clean, so well, why not? My friends, is how you do off-grid laundry. It's not very hard. Now, right now, I'm perfectly fine with it. Ask me in 6 months, I probably will be tired of it. But, I mean, it's the only way we can do our laundry, so it's got to be done. And it's good workout for my kids, you know, burn the energy off of them. I mean, she's enjoying it. She thinks it's fun, so I'm gonna let her think it's fun. But yeah, I wanted to add, so how many gallons of water I use to do the laundry. So the soapy water is 3 gallons of water. And I want to say that the clean water, the rinsing water, is probably like 3.5 gallons. It's a 5-gallon bucket, but I don't have it completely full. So I would say like 3.5 gallons. And so to be conservative on my water, because I still have dishes to do later tonight, as long as I haven't washed the clothes, like if there's no like fecal matter or stuff like that, I've been doing the dishes in the soapy water, and then I get a whole new set of clean water to rinse the dishes off. So I can repurpose that water. I can repurpose this like rinse water. We can wash our feet in it, something like that, wash our hands off. So I am using the water that I have already used, as long as there's nothing nasty in it. And even I can throw a little bit of bleach in there to kill any other germs in it. So I am using that water that I've already used. That way we're not, you know, so we're using the water to the most of it, so I'm not wasting anything. So that's it for today. That's how I do my laundry off grid. And like I said, it's not bad right now, but ask me in 6 months, I might have a different answer. I don't know. So yeah, so right now this is my system, and if you guys have any questions about it, go ahead and ask. I know I've had some questions, and I plan on answering questions eventually, doing like a Q&A video. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. See ya! Alright guys, I got some more work to do, so I will catch you next time. Bye.